I started off grinding colours, actually gouache colours, for this elderly gentleman. It was very important, shall we say, to get the colours right, almost fastidious. because I suppose this gentleman had never had an assistant. I always feel that he must have designed alone, and he had his own peculiar sort of ways. But we used to have to put gum arabic in the ground powder, which we had ground to match the colour. Now, you can imagine that you grind the colour and match it, it's going to change when you put the gum arabic into it. So therefore you had to allow for that. And many a time I've done that, and he said, do it again. But then, of course, Winsor Newton juiced pots of paint, and we didn't have to grind it, and we just matched the colours, and it became so much easier. That went on for 40 years, and then, of course, the computer took over. In those days, again, the next department on were what we termed stampers. They actually punched holes in jacquard cars, which is rather like the owner system. So one had to make it as easy as possible for the next department to. So you had to paint out so much of it. But of course, the war changed all things, because I started off designing Persians and Art Deco designs, but they soon went out of fashion, because once we got to 56 to 60, there was a modern movement swinging England with the festival hall and the Skylon and all these various things. So we started imitating the painters of that time. We actually took paint and splashed it on the design paper and drew around the shapes. It was a very exciting time, actually. It was before the Beatles, but it was that sort of swinging 60s, and that was most amazing. On one occasion, I looked out the window and I saw a splash of paint on the tarmac outside, and I thought that would make a good modern design. So I did that, and then on another occasion there was an underpass with a concrete arch, and the texture on that arch of the concrete was perfect for a design, because it had algae and various things on it. To an artist, it was a design before you even put it on the paper. On another occasion, I happened to be down at Torquay, and I saw a photograph of Torquay from the sea at night time. So I purchased this postcard and cut it up into various angles and shapes, stuck them together, and that was another design. We called that high-speed gas, because it just looked like the high-speed gas advertisement, a flame. The excitement comes from literally creating a design which you know will sell. That is the first and foremost part of the equation. That gives you the buzz. So many times you can see the design selling. You can see it on the floor of houses before you even start it.